Well, no, I'm gonna have more, motherfucker. I mean, I'm just saying.
You know we're live, right?
I care. I mean, considering who we are by this point, if anything we're going to say now is going to run somebody off, they don't need to be here no way.
Right?
I mean,
No
so
kidding. No kidding. Well, wait until we get some people in here. Let's see if we can get our crew in here. Anyway,
hey, dude, I know a song we should react to if me and Jocelyn don't get to it soon.
what?
I've been wanting to react to it. It's been on our list, but especially since we started Ren, we've been getting pourings in of Ren requests.
Uh-huh.
But did you ever do Colt Ford and ACAL? You Ain't Shit. Did you ever do that one?
I don't know if I did the Colt Ford one with ACAL. I know I did the Colt Ford one with Upchurch. And I know I did an ACAL one, but I don't know whether it was Colt Ford.
What's up, Kitsune? First in the door.
Hey,
at least
Kitsune.
The first
Yo. So,
yo, baby pop. Yeah, you come and give me a kiss.
Right.
Make it fast, or else I'm gonna get pissed. Can't you feel the music pumping hard like I wish
let
it
me
would?
see what
Now
I
push
let
it.
me see
Wanna
what I
hit it.
got here. Okay, let me see what I got here. Oh man, I gotta do this price hike one. I gotta do
Price hike is fucking awesome. Well, we haven't done the second part yet. We got to do the second part. It just dropped like what 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But the first one is right
yeah,
up your alley.
the new one, the tax thing. Yeah. Dude, what the hell? Let me open that up for a second. Samson's page. All right, where's the new one? How come it ain't? Dude, I put it in my watch. It's saved to watch later. Dude, I already put it in there. Why is it gone? I hate YouTube. I think they're even like shadow banning my own saved videos to watch later. Did you guys do? I can't remember what I watched already. Did you guys do Oliver Anthony? I want to go home, or Oliver Anthony Richmond, north of Richmond. You guys did that, right?
We did that one, and everybody's wanting us to do. I want to go home, and
I have that on my list too. You know, maybe we could get to that
done
tonight.
that one yet.
Maybe we could get to that tonight. You know,
oh, come on, man.
Listen, whatever.
Kill me. Not with the serious stuff. I don't even want to do that with my wife.
Dude, listen, it can't be that serious, right? So far, I mean, you know, we got on our feels a little. You know what video really got me on my feels the most, though? Was that Dax to be a man one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do something bumping if we do one tonight. We don't have to do one tonight. We got plenty to talk about. So.
Oh, I got one that's bumping, but you'll be like, I'd have to explain the whole backstory.
No, that's not a reaction. That's something I told one of our viewers. If I know everything about it before we go in, that's not a reaction. That's
okay.
A
let me. Okay, if I said this, is this too much? Another rapper be talking shit, and now his fans is threatening this huge rapper, and he just dropped a song today where apparently he is completely calling him out.
Calling who out?
The rapper that talks shit about him to this. Okay. Twisted Insane, fast rapper. Tech Nine,
right.
Fast rapper. Twisted Insane said some stuff and got his fans all pissed off. And now his fans have threatened Tech Nine. And, you know, like they're going to kill him or whatever.
Hey, Goon's Lair.
Who we got?
And hey, Paris. Hey, Paris caught the podcast. She hasn't caught the live stream yet, but she catches the podcast. I see how it is. How it is.
Paris, I don't know. Are you in Paris or you're just named Paris? Because you could be in Paris and your name is William or something.
I think you're stretching.
Oh, there's an S there. Look, shut up. I got a spot on my glasses. I can't see clearly.
By the way, y'all, welcome to the LDA podcast. This is the loud, drunk asshole section of the bleachers, and we will be acting accordingly. I got a shot ready. When you ready for a shot, Kenny?
If I have to drink this one, I might as well get it over with.
Well, you ain't gotta. I can take my shot by myself. I'm a grown up.
It's the coldest one. I'm waiting for the other one to get cold.
Oh, I got you. Mine's
although
probably not cold anymore.
I said I had a bad experience with the Bird Dog Peach, and then I was reminded that I had a bad experience with the Crown Peach, and that was a night that will live in infamy. And if you know, you know, and if you don't, you'll have to come to Discord to find out. So there is that. All right, you ready?
Cheers.
1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Let's go.
4 to part Rommel's cheeks like a fucking jaws of life.
Dude,
Rommel's over there shaking his head right now going, this ain't the live stream, dude. This is a podcast. You can't fuck with me here. I can fuck with Rommel everywhere.
Listen, floppy butt.
But only because I love him. Only because I love him.
He has a tiny butt, but it's very wide with a big gap in the middle.
How'd you know that? It didn't even take up half my thigh when he sat in my lap.
Oh, really? They can't see you, huh? Let me see.
Hey, we can pull them in here. D, we can, y'all can be pulled in and join us.
Oh, absolutely. I can easily send people invites and they can get in here. Shannon, what's up?
You know, when we started this, we were trying to bring folks in to ask us a question, and it turns out we'd never shut up again, so that didn't work.
Paris, what time was lunch? I'm just wondering.
Paris, make sure you're here tomorrow night. Also, for the Swolemates live stream.
Yeah, be there. Be there.
We'll be. Hey, look, we're gonna be loud and drunk there too.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out how Paris found us here, but you didn't find you there.
She's been around our channel a bit, commenting on some of our videos.
Oh,
been trying to catch a live and hadn't caught one yet. So I just happened to see her up there. I'm not trying to make this a fucking advertisement for our channel. If you're gonna come to our channel, you can come to Kenny's channel too, man.
Central Standard Time. Oh,
and
that
then
was
my
like
wife, who's
that was like 10 a.m. my time. Okay, well, I didn't start drinking that early, but I drank at noon and just kept going. So there is that. What time is it now? Was I drinking at noon Pacific or Eastern?
Not
or Mountain
today, but it's not unheard of. The middle of the ocean. Wow, like Billy?
Yeah, like, yeah. Wait, why are we talking about somebody named Billy?
Billy Ocean. Get out
of Billy Ocean.
Come on,
Jesus,
dude.
Man.
You're old enough to know, dude.
Wait, well, we were just having a big old discussion about the ocean in Discord. And so you bring up the ocean and somebody named Billy, and I'm like, I'm getting the two stories confused. Go to the light, D. Go to the light. Okay, hang on.
Boo. Hey, we don't have any mods in house currently.
Did you say boo?
Well, Rommel is.
Rommel's
Make
here.
him earn his loving tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's Madam? Where's Jesse? We just saw Jesse. Why is Jesse not here? Where's D? Fuck all y'all.
Wait.
Well, tell your son we said happy birthday, Paris. How old is he? I'm going to assume. There's Shannon. If you spoke a while ago, Shannon, I missed it, and I'm sorry. I do not have my glasses on, and I don't even know where they're at. I think I threw them away. $20.
Oh,
see, if he was older, I would have a joke. If he was younger, I'd have a joke. 20s at that age where all the jokes I have wouldn't be very flattering.
Well, here's the problem with 20 is you still have to have somebody buy beer for you, but you've been out of the house for 2 years. I mean, that kind of sucks.
Dude, I bought alcohol from the time I was 15 years old. Matter of fact, I never got carded till the day of my 21st birthday, and I didn't have my ID. Dude, I was like, you motherfuckers been selling me beer for years, and you're really going to card me on my birthday, and I don't have. What's up, Stacy?
When I was a kid, like we just like if we wanted to drink, we all went to like a bunch of us kids walked over to the grocery store, and the grocery store had two entrances, one on the front and one on the side. And the one on the front took you in by the register. The one on the side took you in right where the liquor section was.
Right.
And so we would go in the front one, go into the liquor section, and every one of us would grab like a 12-pack or two, and then we would just hit the door and start fucking running for our lives. And if they were going to catch you, drop the booze, whatever, just keep running, right? And never tell. And then we would get back to the pad, and by the time we get back, there was usually like, at least 2 or 3 12-packs.
Dude, we used to we live close to the county line where we're at. I mean, well, to the state line. In our state, it's 21. In this other state, it's 18. And anyway, and this dude made a killing. He had just a little shack right over the state line. And there it was 18, and he didn't ask no questions. As long as you didn't look like you were under 10, if you were a teenager, he would sell you beer. And we'd send one person to go get a big carload full of beer. And then what was funny was right across the way from that, they had this little bar, and it had the same thing going on. You could get in at 18, and they didn't card you. So they knew there was a lot of high school kids in there. But I mean, it was called Skinnies. And you only went to Skinnies really for 2 reasons: to fight or watch. That's the kind of place Skinnies was.
Yeah, it's funny when I was a kid, we would either steal beer or we would pimp beer. Go stand outside of the Circle K and ask dudes to buy it for us, right?
Yeah.
A couple times, somebody's whipped out a badge and we were like fucking running for our lives, because they're off-duty cop, or maybe they were security and they had a fucking badge. Right, but we ran. But the rest of the time, we pretty much could get it if we tried, right? And it was so funny. I figured like I could pay it back in the future. Like buy kids beer if they were cool. Fuck it. What did we had to deal with that, right? If they've asked 40 people out and they asked me, I might as well be the one to give it to them, right? So I was
Andrew, it's like that for us here. We're out in the sticks. There ain't nothing but trees and woods to fuck up. You don't have to worry about much in the way of like personal property damage or anything.
Yeah, it's so
because you're usually on your own property.
I'm walking into this. I'm walking. Where was I going to the liquor store? Or was I going to the fucking grocery store? I think I was going to the liquor store. And this kid walks up to me. And he's probably 15, 16, right around that age, definitely high school. And he says, "Hey, mister, can you buy us some beer?" And I said, "I would have if you didn't call me mister." Dude, if you would have just said, "Hey, bro, can you get me some beer?" I'd have said, "Sure, give me your money."
I got a question for you, Kenny. I got a question for you. And my answer to this question is kind of nah, but I'm going to pose this question to all the people out there watching too. When and where were you the first time you remember, at least, catching your first buzz? Mine's double pronged, but when did you catch your first buzz? One I didn't know about. I didn't realize it 2 years later, but I had been getting weed contact highs since I was, 4 years old. But my alcohol one is pretty funny. Actually, the first time I can think back now and go, wow, that was my first buzz. My grandmother was one of those. We actually just talked about this, I think, in our live stream the other night or somewhere. But my grandmother was one of those that would drop a peppermint and a shot of whiskey if you were coughing and sick, and have you take that shot. And not only would that
21st birthday D, okay,
and soothe the throat. If you're a child, a shot is a good bit of whiskey, and it would ultimately put you to sleep. Yeah, Paris. My mom was a hippie too. She was a rodeo hippie, a horse riding, truck driving hippie.
But this is the same man who used to have a midget, black mentally disabled band on his show named Beetlejuice that they used to have the same box, and he sustained brain damage. Okay, I'm a little lost.
Not even sure how to respond to that. That is great.
Wait. I got to go way up here. Did you see how where Howard Stern gave Laura Boebert, the Republican, that Republican shit for making out in a movie theater? This is the same dude who used his women's buttholes on his show for putt golf.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All
everybody,
right.
look,
That
everybody's
makes
giving
a
her
little
shit
more.
for
That makes it a
If
little
you've seen
more.
the video, it's really not that big a fucking.
They like that made a lot more context when I read up to the top. Like I was like, "What the fuck are we talking about?" Oh, I can say that because we're more than 30 seconds in, right? Okay, cool. By the way, for people that think when
was the first time you got a buzz on purpose?
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, first time I got a buzz? Oh, ready? What was your... Okay, you already gave yours. Here's mine.
Right, go ahead.
Okay, so it's not my fault, right? It doesn't matter, but like...
Mine wasn't either.
When I was a kid, my stepdad would bring home beer every day, and at 3 years old, I was drinking a beer every day. So I was used to drinking. And when we went to go live with my grandma, my grandfather was drinking, and my grandmother... I was 4 when we moved in with my grandma. At 5 years old, my grandma caught me in the shed drinking vodka out of my grandfather's refrigerator. I thought it was water, but I was like, whatever. I drank it, and it tasted horrible, and I drank more of it, and I was... my little 5-year-old ass was fucked up, dude. But the first time I intentionally got lit... When was yours?
Okay. Now, let me preface this. My folks were kind of hellraisers early on. And we were very much the black sheep of the family because of some of that. So as a teenager, the only way for me to rebel was be a good kid. I didn't drink or smoke or nothing in high school. Then I got to college and immediately got pulled in by this fraternity. Matter of fact, one of those gentlemen now teaches my daughter band. And I told him I'd never really been drunk. I'd never gotten drunk on purpose. I ain't lying, man. My grandma put a buzz on me back in the day. But I fucking... Dude, they handed me... I actually earned a nickname that night because of how much alcohol I put away. But everything was straight too, because I didn't know any better. They were making fun of me, dude. It started with a pint of tequila and then a fifth of vodka. And then we went to this club and I drank a few mixed drinks and a few beers. And then we get back to this one dude's house and he's got this drink he's calling Fuzzy Yama Yama Your Mama.
What the?
And at this point of the night, I'm really actually just starting to feel a buzz. But what the Fuzzy Yama Yama Your Mama was Everclear and Kool-Aid. A gallon jug.
Damn. Oh, by the way, we have
after all the liquor I'd already had, I commenced to chugging that Fuzzy Yama Yama Your Mama. And it wasn't but about 10 minutes into that, I was like, okay, I know what drunk feels like now. Wow, God.
We have another YouTube reactor in here, D. And D, I sent you a link.
Yeah.
If you want to get on, click that link. If you don't want to get on, send an explanation as to why, so we can rule you out for future episodes. I'm so blasting you right now. Okay, listen. Anyway, for
D's got that she could be a telephone hypnotist, dude. She's got that real calm.
Yeah, around us we have to
not telemarketer voice, but
we have to talk nicer around her so we don't over reach with our voices.
I'm sorry, D, I can't do that.
Right?
That's the beauty of our show. I am me, and it's a kind of a love it or leave it kind of thing. I mean, if I'm out in public,
there's a link in
I
Discord.
try to behave and be polite.
Click that.
Here, I'm just going to be me, and I'm not trying to offend anyone. Sometimes I am.
Here's
if you're asking
the problem.
For it, I will.
The first time I intentionally got ripped or whatever it was, right? Like, I didn't intend to get drunk when I was a kid. My stepdad just gave me beer every day, so I was used to it, right?
Mine was accidental.
I didn't intend to get high the first time I got high, but I was 3 days off Ritalin, and my neighbor down the street recognized something was wrong with me and gave me something that would make me feel just like Ritalin. And I didn't know what I was doing. It just made me feel like Ritalin. So I was like, let's go with this. I had no idea what I was going to be hooked on at that point in time. But the first time I intentionally got fucked up was I didn't like the feeling of being out of control. I just don't like to drink to that point. Like, it's happened a couple times, and yes, I admit it. Okay. Like the shower curtain coming down because I tried to use that to keep me from falling on the ground.
Right.
Yeah. So,
See, in the early days of my alcoholism, that's the rabbit I was chasing. I wanted to be out of control every day.
The first time I intentionally tried to get drunk, and believe me, it was beyond drunk, was on my 18th birthday. And my friends in East LA, because I grew up in Southern California, and I was in the mini truck scene, lowered mini trucks, doing all that stuff. And there, the group I was riding with was out of an area of East LA. And I was over there for my birthday. Oh, she showed up, so we're going to bring her in a minute. Okay. So I was over there for my 18th birthday, and they built a water bong out of a 5-gallon bucket and a transmission funnel and a hose. And
that sounds like some shit I would do.
And
that's some MacGyver shit.
For my 18th birthday, they put 18 beers in there for me to beer, but it took forever. And when I finally finished it, I had to run away and pee for like an eternity. And then I came back, and then they had me eat the worm and take a shot of tequila. Nice. And I was willing to do it. I was ready to do it. I had no fucking idea how bad it was going to be. My ass was passed out on the pool table in mid-shot. Like, dude, I ripped the felt. You know what that means if you rip the felt, right? Like, they're going to kill you.
Yeah, that's bad juju.
Right. Dude, I was ripped. I was so lit. The only time that I was more lit than that, when I didn't intend to get lit, was when we drank Mad Dog 2020. And that shit made me puke in Technicolor. Oh, God,
man.
Yeah, it made me puke in Technicolor.
Everybody back in the day fucked with some Mad Dog, man. And that shit has one of the worst hangovers. I have drank.
Oh, yeah, Paris.
I have drank some shit that might as well be battery acid and not gotten the hangover that I got from fucking Mad Dog 2020.
All right. So,
for dudes, it was Mad Dog. For girls, it was Boone. What was that?
Boone's
Strawberry
Farm.
Hill.
Boone's Farm. Strawberry Hill. Yeah. Boone's Farm. Tickle Pink. All right, we're gonna bring in a girl and ask her about it. All right.
Oh, shit! You're gonna bring me in.
You might want that on.
We caught you, didn't we?
Didn't I tell you what we were doing?
I don't. You know me. I'm technology.
Whatever, you click the link. That's all that matters.
We were too when we started this shit.
So listen, we were talking about in our early days, and we're talking about like closer to the 80s era.
Yeah.
Right. What was your drink? Because ours was like, we either drank 40s or we drank Mad Dog, and chicks drank like,
because Mad Dog was, when you were young, Mad Dog was, it was like like I said, the little store where where the 18-year-olds could go, but they didn't question if you didn't, as long as you didn't look 10. It was like whoever owned that place intentionally kept that shelf stocked with Mad Dog 2020 for the youngins.
I need to come out though real quick, and I'm coming out because my friends.
We're gonna let you talk in a minute, dude.
my friends drank that. My friend, I drank that Mad Dog shit once, a bottle of one and a half bottle of the other, and I don't know the difference, just the color. And I puked in Technicolor, so I was like, "Fuck that shit." So afterwards, we would still buy all the Mad Dog for the dudes, or we'd buy 40s, or we'd buy Coronas, and what I would do for the chicks is I would buy, because they were cheap. Remember, Boone's Farm wasn't expensive.
Yeah, I never liked that.
I would buy like
was like $2.
I'd buy like two cases of that crap, put it in the back of my mini truck. We'd go to where we're partying, and
you were trolling.
While all the dudes are drinking the Mad Dog.
Ladies.
Well, all the dudes are drinking the Mad Dog. I'm over here in the side, like drinking the Boone's Farm because he's thinking of puking Technicolor.
Kenny was trolling, man. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was like Daniel when I was growing up. I grew up in a very strict Baptist home. I did not smoke, drink, go to movies, play cards. I didn't do any of that. And when I turned 21, I drank. I don't know if I want to tell you this or not, because this is going to show my age.
Okay, we got this.
Zima.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, man. I was in college when the Zima craze hit. I know all. And looking back, that shit's awful.
Oh, it's amazing. And they brought it back like what was it, like 4 years ago? They brought it back for a little bit.
I got a Zima do-rag in there somewhere.
No way.
Yeah, and my best friend Jamie, he went and bought me 2 great big cases of it. We had it stored.
Oh my God. What was
and back then it probably didn't take you but what, one? Your first one, it probably took you what, 1, 2 tops?
Can I tell you about my 21st birthday?
Go for it.
Do it.
Sorry.
That me out. They knew I had never drank before. And so
Nate, what's up?
Long Island iced teas and Zimas.
Oh man, dude, I hated Long Island iced teas because it was just like straight up liquor. I was a beer dude from the beginning, I think.
And I walked in the back door, and when you walked in our back door, you could either step up into the kitchen or you went downstairs.
Right.
Well, I missed the step into the kitchen and I fell down the stairs.
So you arrived with a resounding thud.
Yeah. So that was my 21st birthday. But yeah, Zima's was my drink for a really long time. And really, I'm a beer and whiskey girl. I don't like wine. I don't like wine coolers. I'm just not that girl.
There's only 2 wines that we like, and Shauna was sweet enough to buy. We, from our Pigeon Forge trip, found this wine we like. We do moonshines, whiskeys here. I also do vodka. I shoot Jaeger. She shoots peach whiskey. We do peach everything. Everything in here except the Jaeger is peach. Except the moonshine too. It's elderflower. But we do peach everything. So you shouldn't feel so bad about falling down the stairs, D. I used to know a guy. I'm not going to call his name. I'm not going to do it. But this fucker was absolutely convinced that he could throw it drunk. Now, of course, you don't do this sober. Of course. But he was convinced he could throw himself down the stairs. And we had this set of stairs. And I made the mistake of jumping down them bitches one time and didn't realize the overhang was going to catch me on the way down and caught me right there. Anyway, long story. But he was convinced he could throw himself down the stairs. And at the last second, if someone would scream his name and distract him, he would forget he was falling and miss the ground. And by result, fly. Do you know how many times I watched this motherfucker throw himself down on that concrete slab at the bottom of those steps? Convinced he could fly.
Is this person currently in our little group?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have probably told literally on our channel thousands of stories about this guy. Him and his girlfriend defined a certain section of my life, and they are 2 of the most heinous human beings you will ever meet in your life. Yet they somehow wound up with the big property, the white picket fence, the barn, the life that you think you strive for. And these are 2 awful human fucking beings. I'm not even just trying to be biased about it either. I used to have to knock the dude. It was not uncommon. I know, D, you exist now in the universe because of Apartment 12. I can tie everybody's life back to Apartment 12. There was another apartment that was that thing for somebody else. And that apartment and Apartment 12 merged and moved into this gigantic house out in the sticks away from town. And it was huge. We had like 12 people living there, but it was this, the closets were being used as bedrooms. That's how big this place was. So anyway, there was a party, of course, every night. And we were real Fight Clubbish back then. we were a bunch of guys with anger issues. And anyway, we had this one kid amongst us named Lee that just wasn't his bag. And people didn't fuck with Lee. But this one guy, I'm still trying hard not to say his name, would always, of course, fuck with Lee because he was the next weakest to him. And the thing was, he wouldn't stop. I can't count how many nights I would literally walk in from work. Eric and I would walk in from work, stroll through the living room, and one of us or the other of us, without even putting our cigarette down, drop him cold, unconscious, to get him off of Lee and just keep like I just stopped and ashed my cigarette as I was walking through the room, just bam, and just keep right on walking. Nice. Every night.
Oh my
I can't. I bet you I've personally knocked that dude unconscious at least 70 times. And he's one of those asshats that deserves that shit too. So don't feel bad about falling downstairs. Some idiots actually throw themselves downstairs.
But what makes you think you can fly?
I don't.
Probably something like PCP.
Oh,
he was one of those. Yes, he was. He, like the rest of us at the time, he was doing a lot of drugs, a lot of drinking. And he had gotten really big into metaphysics, the astral projecting, the plane shifting, and really big into philosophy. Yep. And he was he was into the power of the mind. I'm also into the power of the mind, but I took a different route from him about it. But anyway, he fucking was just convinced if you can forget you're falling, you'll fly because you'll miss the ground. And I'm just like, dude, it doesn't matter about the power of the mind. I have seen people do some absolutely amazing things with the power of the mind, from heal themselves to feats of strength. I was like, but one thing you cannot overcome is pure good old physics and gravity.
Yeah.
That's still going to win.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was a kid, I thought I could fly, right? Like I ran and I jumped. It didn't work. Okay, I had dreams I could fly, and it only happened when I was asleep. So I knew the only time I could fly was when I was sleeping, right? So, like, what's the fucking point of trying to do it when you're awake?
I have a question for D.
Okay.
I have a question for D. Before this gets off and I forget, when you when he said you were bringing you in, you're now in the room with 2 reactors. He's of course Kenny's the seasoned vet. We've been doing this a while now, and you've just started in this foray as well. And I would like to recommend, because I've watched, I think, 4 of your reactions now, and I love them all. All of you in here should go check her out. Y'all going to be hearing, she's going places. What I'm getting to though is, I'm a social person, and I was a traveling musician for a long time. I know how to talk to people. I know how to deal with people. However, when I first started doing this channel, man, first off, one of the biggest fan bases on YouTube, I pissed off with our first reaction. That's okay. By the second reaction, I reined them back in. And made them fans because they just misunderstood something. But my point being is, what have you, since you've been doing yours now and you've started reading comments, I know you have, you've responded to mine. Now that you're starting to see that people are watching and you're getting feedback, what is something you've learned? Like about yourself, about the people watching you, or about the whole setup in general? What has hit you off guard? What has made you go, whoa?
You know, I'm not sure how to answer that question. I will say my boys are very protective of me. And when I first started this whole thing, my Marine son was like, I will read every comment. You do not read any of them. I want to make sure that nobody picks on you. And I mean, they were very, very protective of me because they know I don't have thick skin. And it wasn't until just the other day I got my first bad comment. And
there are asshats everywhere.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what that told me though? That I've made it.
Right. Right. And see, the thing is, we don't mind, even on our channel, we don't mind negative comments or negative criticism. That's how we grow. But sometimes, and we've actually gotten a few of these lately. You get those that are just, they were bitter when they got there. They needed somebody to aim their vitriol at, and they just were being a dick to be a dick. You get those sometimes. You get those sometimes.
I will say probably the one that I took to heart, but I read all my comments because if it's a good comment, if it's constructive criticism, I will step back and be like, okay, what can I do to do
Right.
this to make it better? And
Especially when
I
you're new,
know
because
when
you're
when I
trying to figure it
kinda
out on the
first
fly.
started doing it,
Oh, they do suck pairs.
I would pause a lot, and I've kinda stopped trying to do that. But when you do people like Tom McDonald, you know,
We pause a lot sometimes, and it is what it is. Some people make you
yeah,
talk, like Tom.
yeah. I mean,
Right.
There's a lot. We've found a whole bunch of these lately that think you're supposed to let the whole video play, and I'm like, this isn't a let it play channel.
Do you realize if you let it
Go watch
play,
the video.
do you realize if you let it play without any pauses that you have about a 65% chance of having that video blocked for copyright
Right.
reasons?
right. Yes.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
and
That's what I was running
to
into.
me, if you just want to watch the video, watch the video.
Yeah.
But if you
Right.
want people react, if you want to watch
Right.
people react to the video, each person, every reactor is going to react differently.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't judge them based on what you want them to do. Right. I
Right.
mean, you're just being petty when you do that. I'll tell
Right.
you
Because
what I did.
ultimately, if there are other reactors out there, if our channel's not for you,
I'll tell you what I did,
we
Daniel.
love you.
and
Bye.
Daniel, Daniel, this is what I did. And Dee, this is a tip for you. I actually started replying the next day
Yeah, that's
to
what
the
I did.
haters. And then you know why? Because they have to click on my video again. And then when they reply, I reply the next day. So they have to click on my video again because this shit's monetized, right? So like, every time you click to hate on me, you're paying me. Thank you very much. Okay.
Tom, in her journey, Dee will find this out. Tom will be the first to call out the fact that the haters are the ones that really make you the money.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ain't got haters, you ain't doing something right. You got a bunch of people that are all pleased with you. They're people pleasers. You're a people pleaser. You just want people to be happy. You got to be willing to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Hey, the reason why we named this thing what we did is shit is getting out of control. Let's talk about it. Is for simple things like even what we're talking about with YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
There are people that make threat comments, that make all kinds of ridiculous comments. We've experienced them. I know Daniel has. We've had experience.
Dude, they call my wife Giggles, and she's always laughing, and I always act a fool to make her laugh because I love it when my wife laughs.
Yeah.
We had one guy come on one time and said, man, I'd sure like to shut her the fuck up.
Oh,
yeah. I was like, no, wait a minute. You could have even told me you didn't like the Giggles. That's your thing. But you just said you wanted to shut my wife the fuck up. In those kind of comments, it's hard not to fucking. Matter of fact, my first 37 attempts at a reply, YouTube blocked.
Yep.
I was like, this asshat can say this, but I can't reply. And it was something about that's the kind of shit that gets motherfuckers' spleens handed to them. I can't remember what I said.
Yeah.
But,
Well, can I tell you my really quick story that shocked me the most?
Yeah.
Okay, so my goal was to get 200 subscribers, and this one particular day, I checked my YouTube channel right before I went to get in the shower. I had 199 subscribers. I was like, yes, okay, I just need one more. So I go into the shower. Okay, I'm in the shower. All of a sudden, my phone just starts blowing up. It's like beep, 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 beep. I was like, what the hell? So I got out of the shower and I looked. I had reacted to Brandon Hart's Sad Boy Summer video. And he had made a comment saying, hey, excellent reaction video. Thank you so much. You did a great job.
Brandon's very
And because he made a comment, everybody that follows him, I'm assuming, saw it. Is that how it works?
Oh, yeah.
And then everybody started commenting and subscribing. And
one of our reactions we did for him, Jocelyn cried because it hit a personal note for her. And he saw the reaction. He came and talked to her, and I think they actually spoke on Instagram or something for a while. He's very supportive that way. Yes. He felt bad for making her cry.
So that's like the coolest thing that's happened since you started doing this is that day when you just saw all the people just joining in.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing. That and the fact that um, Daniel and Jocelyn had just they've really taken me under their wing. And, my goal is to have a channel like theirs where they do the live stream on Wednesday and Saturday nights. And, I would love to get enough subscribers that I could do something like that too.
That's cool. I'll tell you
It
the
was.
one. Go ahead, Danny.
I was to say, that was part of the, I guess you could say, fun for us. Also, D, because when we started, I've been a musician for a long time. I've also been a nobody for a long time. We live out here in the woods and everything. And we started doing this. It's because I actually introduced my wife to Tom McDonald, and through Tom McDonald, she found reaction videos and became obsessed. And my wife doesn't talk, so she's like, "Hey, you should do these reaction videos." You should do these reaction videos. I mean, we started with Tom. Actually, the first thing we ever posted, if you ever want to go back and watch, she just videoed me falling down drunk for a while and posted it up on YouTube. Like, here, world, this is my husband. And then we did our first reaction, and it was Tom, I don't drink. And my very first words, she said, I'm Jocelyn. And I said, I'm an idiot. And it has been my goal since we started this channel to not let anyone down. And I don't feel that I have yet.
Right.
But after we did that, and especially because we did Tom first, so a big chunk of people came quickly, and it was like, woo, and every time, and I lived in YouTube studio once we got enough subs. I mean, I freaking, let me tell you something. I was commenting back I thought I had to comment back to every single person that left us a comment. I thought that was the job. And, after we get a few hundred in, which we never thought we'd get 20, let alone
I know
200, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
And, then when we followed requests, we didn't chase trends. We were too lazy for that. So we went by request, and by accident is we would come across some of these bigger fan bases out there. You'll find them if you do Nightwish. You've already found Home Free. You're going to get a lot of subs off Home Free.
Yeah.
The home fries are great. Home fries are great.
So are
But
Nightwish.
when we finally, the night that we hit 1,000, we actually had queued up and was fixing to do Upchurch, Lacker Than a Larry. And the power went out. And at the time, I had so jury rigged shit through the house for us to hear, and we were using our phone to record. And I mean, and so our ability to hear left, except for listening through the phone, and that wasn't going to sound worth a shit. So we're like, well, anyway, it was pouring down rain and storming. And I said, hey, we got 1,000 subs now. We can go live. And we're like, she's like, ain't nobody gonna come see us live. And I'm like, you're right, but what the fuck? Let's try this. And, this is what become the drug for me, doing what we're doing right now. When we do, funny enough, the reactions for me, I'm a musician. I love seeing new stuff, but I have become addicted to the live streams, the people, it's the interaction. That's been the biggest surprise for me is, and if you know anything, the longer you hang out in our channel, you'll know that there are many of us that have become tight.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, I shouldn't, but I do cater. Like when we do reactions, 9 times out of 10, we started by writing them down in notebooks. People would give them to us in live streams. We got a notebook over here with like 1,000 songs in it that we'll never get to.
Yeah.
Well, as we grew in numbers, I hate to say it, but the people that hang out in our live streams and our Discord, if I've got a dude on that list and they're asking for one, unless that one, we always hit our donation request first. But the folks we've gotten tight with 9 times out of 10, they're gonna get. I'm gonna do what they ask for before.
Right.
The other do. The other one of the other masses do.
Right.
Unfortunately, I'm terrible about doing it, but that's been the biggest surprise is meeting people in this environment that we've like Jesse and Patches and Stacy. And I'm not knocking Nate or any of those other guys, but like some of those people that came to Pensacola or have been with us from the beginning, Kenny, Madam, we've met some genuine people doing this, and that, and me being a people person that had gotten to the point where he hated people, that's been very uplifting for me because I've actually met some folks I have faith that's given me some faith back into the fucking human race. As messed up as we all are.
For me,
well, and the thing that I love about your channel, and I was just talking when I was on Discord earlier today, we were talking about this, is you and Jocelyn are very much like, this is our family. And, people that come in and are active on your channel and, you guys treat us like family, and everybody treats everybody like family. It's not, you know.
This is kind of what I wanted when I first got into this. It's been 4.5 years I've been doing YouTube now, and when I first got into it, it literally took me and my wife like 3 weeks to figure out how to use OBS.
Mm,
We're
And
still
I
figuring that shit out.
and I felt
Yeah.
like nobody should have to go through that. But since I
Yeah.
figured it out, I'll help. And I literally got invited. I didn't even know what Discord was, but somebody who followed me. My very first video I did was Upchurch Rolling Stone, and I got a day one follower who, to this day, I mean, he worked for Genius, doing lyrics, and he did all the Upchurch lyrics. Okay, so he knew, like, he came in, he was right from the gate and invited me into this Discord server. I'm like, what the hell is that? Right. And so here, click this, and I go in, and the first thing I did was, I listened to, there was other reactors in there, and I listened to them talking about problems they were having and audio problems and things like that. And because of my background of what I've done throughout my life, a lot of that stuff was something that I could help people with. And I got this feeling of Discord, like I just wanted to create a community for people like us that are reacting, because a lot of people have a lot of questions. They really do. And not that we have all the answers, but we've gone through a lot of trial and errors, and we can kind of tell you some stuff to avoid, and
Especially
so
in our Discord.
oh man. Oh well, what's funny is when I got into this Discord, I saw Madam Red, and when I first met Madam Red, she joined that Discord I was part of, and I had to explain to her how to use Discord. And I didn't
You've
care.
helped us.
I didn't care. I've never cared about helping.
Who we were, and Madam's like, I know this guy that can help.
It doesn't
Bring him,
bother
bring
me at
him.
all. It doesn't bother me at all to spend time helping people, because I want them to get their stuff better too. I mean, we're all suffering from the same problems as we're trying to do this.
Yeah.
How to get better video quality, how to get
I didn't even remember we had a Discord for 2 weeks. Madam asked why Jocelyn hadn't been in the Discord yet, and Jocelyn goes, we don't have a Discord. And Madam's like, yes, you do. And I was like, yes, we do. They got me drunk one night. I mean, it was like an 11.5-hour live stream for my birthday. And
11.5 hour?
I've done it twice.
What do you talk about?
Oh boy.
Oh, well, my birthday, they challenged me to a drink off, and it was just drunk shit talk. It came down to me and a dude named Derek. And I'm going to tell you something, D. At that particular night, we had been trying to stock us a bar in there. There was a lot of liquor in this house. I drank it all. And it came down to me and Derek. And finally, this is like 10:30 a.m. the next morning. Derek finally says, all right, dude.
Jesse, what up?
And I'm like, and that was like, I win. However, thank God you just tapped, because I am here. I cannot swallow another drop of alcohol.
Yeah.
I couldn't put it down. But yeah, I've done a couple of long ones when getting for snookered. She can tell you. Look, there's my beautiful wife, y'all.
Me and my wife.
Get me a shot.
Me and my wife used to do this thing where we have a fire pit out in our backyard, and we like to be out there and listen to music and stuff. And we decided to take the laptop out there. And hey, how you doing? Good. We decided to take the laptop out there, and we were testing the connection. I mean, literally at one point in time, I bought like 100-foot network cable, to like go off the router because the signal was bad. But we went out there and we would do lives around a fire pit, and I had some other reactors who were much bigger than me that came into my lives, and that was really cool. I was like,
man,
surprised.
When Mr. L. Boyd came into ours, I almost died.
Oh, geez, right?
Dude, when you came into ours, I almost died. I'm like, we got other reactors coming in here. Oh my God.
Right.
I heard the story about State of Mind.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a few churches come and Upchurch come and seen us. Justin Times come and seen us now. Priscilla Serrano, who's worked with Leo and stuff like that. She actually was a regular on Saturday nights. Her life has gotten busy. She's got kids. And when we're partying, she's getting up drinking her coffee in the morning where she's at. So we understand. But that's a cool thing. And yeah, I hate you missed him because you had just been talking about, I mean, literally just been talking about being obsessed with them, and you left and he walked in the door and I was like,
the coolest thing
I'm in love with him.
The coolest thing that happened to me on YouTube, I didn't even know it was happening, was we
dismissed Demon.
Oh yeah. Dude, yeah, I mentioned that.
We thought it was J-Man, and we dismissed Demon Jones.
And I was like, hey, J-Man, what's up? Right, and it was Demon Jones, like the real one. I'm like, damn it, J-Man. Oh, fuck. Was I drunk, or did it look like your logo? Yeah, it's really your logo. That's him. Yep. Okay. But I did a video. I got into the Upchurch ones where he was covering the AOC stuff. And I got into a lot of his covers. I've done over 250 videos of Upchurch. Like, he is extraordinary in talent with what he does, the range that he has. I didn't realize
we had done over 70. I was like, 70? Yep. You think back now that we've been doing, I wouldn't have thought we'd done 70 reactions altogether. I guess it gets by you and you start losing it. But I was like, we've done 70 reactions.
Well, I had done another, it was the third reaction to an AOC song, and apparently it was one that people weren't reacting to. Like, it wasn't public on his channel, but he had released it before and somebody put it on their channel, and so I reacted to it off of their channel. And the next day, my sub count jumped by like 250, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Yeah. Church posted my video in his community tab.
Oh, that was
and good. I can't ever even thank him enough for even oh God. Yeah, I can't even thank him enough for what that meant to me. Like, because of my career, I've met a lot of artists and all this stuff. None of it really mattered because they're just musicians at the end of the day. But when somebody takes their time out to go watch your reaction to their music and they think it's good enough to put on their community tab, and they have, like, he had at least, I want to say 350,000 subs at that point in time.
You know what's funny, D? When Church popped in, I also, being a musician, Kenny and I are very alike in some ways. I've gotten the opportunity to hang with and talk with some people, right?
Right.
And I have always been the cat that was just not fazed by that. I watched my roommate one time, Mike Stern. Anybody that's real guitar players knows who Mike Stern is.
Heath, how you doing?
And he was in the elevator with us, and my buddy was just, oh. Well, anyway, when Church came into our live stream this night, and Church has supported us.
Heath is in here.
I can say Tom posted a video of me in that unicorn onesie on his site. Yay. But Church has always been supportive of us, and he's, he says he watches all our reactions. I hope that's true. But I've never done this before, but I turned into a 13-year-old girl, D.
Oh, I know.
Fucking Upchurch was there. And we've had other famous people even in our stream before. I don't know what it was about Church, though. I turned into a fucking 13-year-old girl. Oh, it's Church. Hey, look, we do this. And I'm like, afterwards when he left, I was like, Daniel, what the fuck is wrong with you?
The one person that happened to me with was at the NAMM show. If you don't know, that's the largest show for musicians and music stores. It's huge. And I sat in a hotel room with Chet Atkins and Les Paul with my friend who was a guitar maker also, and they played. But when I turned around, we got another shot. Damn it. Oh fuck,
stop talking, take a shot.
When I turned around, I was sitting there looking at Brian Setzer's guitar from the Stray Cats. And I was looking at his guitar at the Gretsch booth, and I heard a voice behind me said, "You can play it." And I said, "Oh no!" And I turned around and looked at him, and I was like, "Dude, no!"
I got to be BB's guitar tech and handle Lucille twice.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Okay, I don't have my shot glass, so I'm just gonna drink it.
Let's go.
Hell yeah! D says, "I'll take a shot." Shit, yeah. She's learning quickly, Kenny.
If she gets loud and drunk, she's part of this. You know that, right? Don't make plans on Tuesday nights. Even if he doesn't show up,
oh my God, you in. I thought that was still the liquor you were throwing back like that. I was like, yeah, she finna get ripped up with us. I see.
Hell yeah.
No, I did a bareback.
Oh, bareback. I'll bareback
Yeah,
something.
because I'm a pussy.
I'll take a vodka back to my Jaeger back.
Oh,
Dude, do not. If you ask for more shit, if you mention shit, I have to go in the garage and get it. Means I have to move my green screen. You're all gonna see my washer
Funny
and
enough,
dryer.
if we take another shot, I will either have to get one, convince my wife to bring me one, or I'm gonna have to shoot that bird dog blueberry over there. And again, that shit tastes wonderful, and it's like battery acid going down though. Oh,
Listen, what you do is you start drinking that now. So then you finally
no,
get your last shot of something good, and you'll be like so happy that it tastes good.
I'd rather get good and fucked up on the good shit to where I don't care what I'm drinking.
Yeah, Heath. We've both of us have had an extensive career in that. I was a luthier making guitars for over 20 years. So I was a guitar tech for Primus. I've done guitar tech work for a lot of bands. The one that got me was I had a chance to be the guitar tech for the Dead for a year because one of their guitar players broke his back in an accident. The bus got hit and he broke his back. And
yeah.
Wayne Charvel said, Wayne Charvel says, I got an opportunity for you. And I'm like, what's that? And he says, look, dude, you're going to go on the road with the Dead for a year. And I'm like, what the hell? And he goes, yeah, you're teching. And he told me who I was teching for. And I was like, all right, whatever. And then I was like, bro, this ain't happening because I had just got married and my wife was pregnant with twins.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to take off on that kind of a.
And so I didn't
That's
get to. I
why
didn't get to do
I've been
it.
a traveling musician. I've been a performing musician for 30 plus years, sound engineer for 20 plus years. Been on the road a lot in my life. And when I met
Nice,
Jocelyn,
Jesse.
and we were immediately, it was love at first sight for us. And when we had a kid, I was like, I'm not living this life and trying to raise kids. And on top of it, we wound up having 2 daughters. So I'm like, I'm not living this life.
It's incredibly hard being on the road. I mean, I did it for one tour and then our band broke up because apparently you have to pay for damages after you fuck up all the hotel rooms.
Oh, it's fun at the time, but you know what? That first time, oh my God, am I seeing shit? Oh, that fucked me up.
Hey, if we're gonna get fucked up, can I at least do this thing?
When we did step away, dude, I'm spoiled to sleeping in the same bed every night now, and I'm spoiled having a wonderful woman to cuddle up with when I sleep in that same bed every night. The road is fun when you're doing it, but when you get a taste of life off of it for a while, it's like that's hard to go back to, man.
Yeah,
I still would love to be a performing musician, and I hope if I can ever get off my ass and get some shit done, I'd like to release some new music even on YouTube. But that going on the road bullshit again, that's probably not. I think that's like I said. I think that's spoiled, man. For being home.
It was fun. It was fun, but at the time, I wasn't married yet. When we went on tour, I was engaged, and she thought it was cool. And I went. She was still living at home, and I was living separately. And we did this, and it was fun. But when I got back, and I slept in my own bed.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck the road.
Right.
Like all in all.
It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long. It's like especially if you've been on the road for a while and you come home, it don't take more than about 3 days, man. And you're like,
and none of us worked in bands that had big enough tour buses to be glamorous. Like we slept in vans and shit.
I've slept on the side of the road, vans in the back of nightclubs. See, that fucks with me every time. The way my shit is laid out, that almost looks like it's part of my screen. So when I see, my first thought is, what's Jocelyn doing? And I'm like, it's not in my room, damn it. It's not your fault.
He was getting me another.
It happens in Discord too.
I love
it happens with Ari in Discord too. Oh, yeah. It's I'm having flashbacks from all the hallucinations.
Speaking of Ari, everybody give a prayer or a good thought to Ari now.
Feel better, Ari.
She's not doing so great. She's got a lot of stuff going on, so we appreciate that.
D, all right, what you got real quick before we move on? What you got coming up, D? Reaction wise, what's on your docket for your next batch?
Okay, so on my channel, I try to react to music and comedy. That's really what I like to do.
Got you.
So music wise, I've got another home free coming up. Elvira, which
Elvira.
Good.
there's a whole
Good.
story behind that. You'll have to tune in to hear the story.
Okay.
I'll do it.
And
I love that. Oak Ridge Boys, man.
I know. Well, you
That-
guys been talking about
It's a good
concerts.
one. It's a good one. Have you seen you? Of course, I'm assuming you haven't seen it yet.
No, but when I was 8 years old, I wanted to marry Richard Sturban.
I don't doubt that.
Jesse,
Yeah.
wait.
I
that
grew up
Greyhound
listening to stuff like the Oak Ridge
Pensacola
Boys
is
and
how
stuff
we
like
read
that. I
out.
don't
Oh,
doubt
yeah.
that.
Statler Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Statler Brothers, exactly. We have the Bogachita Water Park down here, and the Statler Brothers used to come often. So when I was like 4 and 5,
True, Paris.
my parents left me at my grandparents every weekend for years, and that was what they did for fun. They go to the Bogachita Water Park and hear the Statler Brothers and Ricky Skaggs and freaking Oak Ridge Boys and shit like that, man. And that was it. So yeah,
And
there's a saying on our channel called, we say Tim Dam. Tim and the bass singer, of course, for Oak Ridge Boys. There's a Tim Dam moment. I'm gonna leave that with you. But if you haven't seen it, you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it.
And then today I did under your suggestion, which I gave you credit for, State of Mind's Two Middle Fingers. Oh my God, I love that song.
Okay. I was just fixing to ask you, now that you've done it, do you like it?
Oh my God.
I wouldn't steer you wrong.
Yeah. The thing
that's
is,
a Karen.
the gal in that video, she looks and acts. She's even got the same haircut as my sister. And
Oh,
my
really?
sister and I, we don't have a
I
relationship.
thought you were gonna say Kate Gosselin. Wow.
But yeah,
Daniel.
so yeah, I have more home free coming up. I am currently looking for more Nightwish. And I'm waiting
I'll hit
for
you with some.
somebody
some.
named Tom McDonald or Bret Hart or Dax or
I got one. I got one for every one of those for you.
I'm
I got
waiting
one.
for
I got a
somebody to drop
recommendation
new
for every one of
video.
those.
When you get ready, I'm gonna send you an artist and
He actually knows Dax better than me. So listen to him for Dax. But Tom
okay.
and Brandon and
they
Nightwish,
know Tom and
I got one
Brandon
for
and
you.
Nightwish. Nightwish, I reacted to him with a friend of mine before, and I told him, "You take it. That's your thing." Okay. To me, I grew up in a different era. I grew up in a different era of rock and roll, so it's just I appreciate the talent, but I'm not
they're like
it.
Dream Theater. I love Dream Theater, and we tried to do Dream Theater and it got blocked because I wanted to show the Nightwish fans, because I caught a lot of heat in the very first video, and they thought that I implied that because I gave credit to the sound crew, and they fucking thought I was implying that they made them sound better, and I was like, no. This is a live performance in front of at least 50,000 people in a stadium. What I was complimenting was getting a clear, and it's a crystal clear recording. As a sound engineer, I know the challenges of getting a clear recording in that environment. And they thought I was implying that the sound guys made them sound better. Man, they ripped me a new asshole. Dude. So we did another one just so I could set the record straight.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, we kept doing them because it brought us not only a lot of viewers. M-Dog is still with us. He met us in Pigeon Forge when we went. It brought us a lot of people, and there's still one. Even if we don't do another Nightwish, we have to do the ending song of the trilogy, and it's the reason it's been hard. It's a long one. It's a very long one. It's like 35 minutes or some change. So it's been hard you got to set aside a certain amount of time to do it.
Yeah,
but they're like a Dream Theater or even, well, Rush was different.
That's
Rush
cool,
had that presence too, but Dream Theater was the next incarnation of Rush. Even Pert says Portnoy and Rush. Portnoy and Dream Theater. They are this generation's Dream Theater. Of course, they got a different lineup now. Portnoy's gone. Everybody's gone. But point being is, they're like that fine wine. When I'm in the mood to listen to it, and another problem a lot of the Nightwish viewers have with me, I like Marco. I have a man crush on Marco, the bass player.
I'm in love with him too.
I like hearing him sing more than Floor.
Yeah.
I love his voice. The Islander. Do the Islander. For me, do the Islander. It's actually not Nightwish. Marco comes out and it's just Marco and a guitar.
Oh, really?
It's fucking outstanding.
Okay.
But anyway,
Daniel, you brought up.
But we kept doing them because they brought us people, and I want to do the end of that trilogy. I'm sorry, Kenny, I didn't mean to cut you back off. But there's, they're like that fine wine. What I was getting to is when you're in the mood to listen to that kind of stuff, great. Is it in my everyday playlist? No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And to the people that give the comments about your what you said, okay, you have to understand, you are on the consumer side of it.
Yeah.
You are on the listen to the final product side of it, right? We are on the every instrument we hear, because we can do that. I can listen to a song and I can specifically pick apart the bass part or the drum part or the guitar part. I also listen to vocals, and people don't understand. Like I owned recording studios. We recorded the Allman Brothers there. They blew up my Marshall amp and didn't pay for it.
And like me, you being a sound engineer, you can't help when you watch a live show, you think of that too. You're listening and that's the beauty of their recordings is they are mostly live recordings and they're crystal clear. And they do this
I'm listening
as the lights, man.
I'm listening as the sound engineer.
All kinds of shit to deal with.
I'm listening as the sound engineer. I'm not listening as a reactor, because I'm listening to make sure it's perfection. Because you will hear if something is off, especially with a band like that. Okay, Daniel.
And most stadium lights, most people don't realize stadium lights, if you're in an empty stadium and they got the lights on, you can hear that hum loud.
Mike Watt.
And it's around a F sharp
on
most lights. The funny thing is, no rock band does, very few rock songs are done in the key of F sharp. They're just not. That creates an issue when you're in that environment recording. Right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then, funny enough, you can, Kenny can attest to this. You can actually, when a band has a lot of gear and a lot of shit plugged in, you can hear the electric lines.
Yeah.
60 cycle hum.
Yeah, right. You have a lot of challenges, and they took that the wrong way when if I listen to live performances, I'm listening for that too. I sometimes can miss the song because I start getting into.
You're hearing the production. I did sound for Kiss. So when somebody tells me that my critique of the sound is off, it's like, bro, unless you did somebody bigger than that, shut up. Right. The other thing that's the hysterical part about my channel is that my basis in music was I was a DJ on the very first rap station in Los Angeles with Dr. Dre in the 80s. And so I grew up on original rap music, Boogie Down Productions, Run DMC, Salt and Pepper, older, you can go all throughout the ages, right? I grew up on that. I got into music because I got hurt at work, and because I got hurt at work, I got to retrain in something, and I got hooked up with Wayne Charvel, who's like this master luthier, and I did a 2-year apprenticeship with him, and during that time, we made guitars for everybody from Allman Brothers to ZZ Top. Like, it's legit. And I got into that side of music. I got out of rap music, and I got into rock and live music, right? And so there was a huge period of time where I didn't listen to rap at all. And then I got back into rap literally kind of recently because of some of the people like Tom McDonald, like Upchurch, like Demon Jones and some of these guys, and they rap about stuff that I can relate to. I appreciate all of NWA's music and all that stuff. I can't relate to that. So
I'll answer Heath's question, dude.
Go for it.
Because I want you to answer it too. Heath, funny enough, with most of the music we do now with Nightwish, because a lot of their stuff is live and I can't help but listen for some of that. But being a musician, being a music major in college, having a degree in music, it was my job for 30 plus years to pick apart everything.
Right.
That is something we have actually, and I especially have tried very hard not to do. We have caught criticism for it on our channel before too. I'm like, and I told one guy, I was like, look, I'm not trying to overanalyze everything here. I spent most of my musical career doing that. Music is supposed to engender an emotion. It is supposed to trigger something within you. The best musicians, the best music, it makes you feel a certain way about a certain thing. And with Tom, a lot of times, yes, we do break down some lyrics, but a lot of songs, we may not mention that shit. It's with church. Church always talks about being on those creek banks barefooted. I relate to that. That honeysuckle and deer meat line, I relate to that. That's my world. Church tends to make us I wind up telling some old backwoods story from my past every time. We try to live in the moment. Like one guy said something about, why don't you just download the lyrics? And I'm like, dude, if you want a book report, go to school. We're supposed to be, that's not a reaction. If I know everything about that shit before I walk in the door, that's not a reaction. It's a book report.
But let me say this real quick, Daniel.
Go ahead.
And I say this on my channel. I'm an old woman, and sometimes the rap goes so fast.
Oh God, no! I have to do those. I have to do those,
and so I will download the lyrics, and just have them in front of me when I'm reacting to the video.
I react to guys like Tech9 and King ISO, which rap like
he's
faster.
Used to listening to the quick shit,
and so I have to do that. And if you ever watch like No Life Shaq's reaction to any of that, where he's like, "Oh, screw that," he's like, "Oh, that's how I feel when that stuff comes up." I'm like, "Oh God, here we go again."
But you know, something else we've said on our channel, D. I'm impressed, and I'm listening. When guys get quick, I'm listening. I just may not break down every bar. Because we try to talk about what it's making us feel. We laugh, we joke. If it makes us mad, if it makes us feel, we tell stories. I'm not trying to overanalyze it. I'm trying to live in the moment and make it a pure reaction. When you're sitting in your house listening to a song for the first time, you know what I'm saying? You're not fucking, doing all that. I've actually strived for that because I've spent so long.
I want to bring up something.
I'm trying not to do that.
I want to bring up
your thing with downloading the lyrics. They go by quick. Kenny's more used to hearing that than we are even. But just because I don't comment on all of them doesn't mean I don't catch them.
You hear them, but by the time you're ready to form something, you've heard 4 other things.
You're caught by something else.
Exactly.
I want to bring up something that Dee said. Because of our age.
Yeah.
Now, you ready for this? We all suffer from the same thing. We see what other reactors are reacting to, but we can't legitimately react to most of it because we already know it.
Yeah.
Like when people are blowing up on Led Zeppelin and Rush, and we can't do that. I'm like, bro, I've seen them 5 times in concert. I own all their albums. Okay, love them or hate them. You know why I can't do Ginger? Because I heard one song from them and bought all their albums. Okay. Yep. Do I listen to it that much? No, not after
we've been asked to do Ginger, albums. But Jocelyn's not big on screamo, so and why be negative if you don't have to?
It's like that, but I have something for all of us tonight. I have something to react to that I promised I would react to because I'm going to look ignorant as fuck because I'm not going to catch half these references because they're game references. Yeah. None of us have heard this. We're all going to look.
I game a little.
Okay, we're going to catch what we can, but I mentioned this this morning to Dee about this dude Gmo Ski that came to my pad. Okay, this is him. This is me killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Josh, you aren't here, so you suck because you're not here, but I'm going to make you watch the entire live because we're doing this towards the end. And I swear if you don't watch the whole thing. Yeah, Josh. Yeah, he was like,
fuck you, Josh. Fuck you, Josh.
Fuck all of
you. You got to watch the whole fucking thing. Fuck you, Josh.
Yeah, the whole thing, dude. And we're gonna know. You know, we got analytics for that.
And we're gonna know.
D, how many subs you got?
Right now I have 321. Right before
look at Daniel's got 8,000.
If y'all are in here, go check her out.
Daniel's got 8,200 and something. I got like 8,900. Look, we're gonna get her to 1,000 so she can get monetized finally. All right.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
We're gonna make it work. All right. So I'm gonna
Look, some of the
traumatize you.
recommendations I have for you on some of the artists I mentioned, D, are ones they're gonna get some viewership out of you.
Okay.
And what's funny is the Reactor family, the fans, the people, these people in these comments. The beauty of the Reactor family is they don't mind seeing. I mean, they love it when somebody new discovers what they already know. People that watch the Reactor circuit, they love finding somebody new. Oh, they haven't seen this. Ooh, you know, they love that. So the ones I'm going to recommend for you should bring you some heat.
Okay. Can I say one more thing before we go?
Oh yeah.
I also am going to be reacting to this. Came on a suggestion from Rommel.
Oh Lord.
Which one?
Don't trust him.
No, it's
Oh my
called
God.
SOS by a gentleman called Dimash.
Oh, Dimash.
Okay,
Dimash. Yeah, you're good. Dimash, you're good.
When you said Rommel, Rommel has actually caused an argument with my wife. There's a song that Rommel always wants to hear, and I'd give it to him because I'm not bothered by it, and it's got a good groove. She hates that song, and one night it stopped being a joke. She actually got mad. Yeah. So don't do that one. Don't
by
do
the way, by the way,
Yeah.
if you get fans from my channel, understand my #1 watched video is Wheeler Walker Jr. Puss in Boots, the unrated version. So you might get a whole bunch of dirty old men because they got like 90-something thousand views off of it. So dirty old men, please feel free to subscribe to our channel. Can we get a link to that channel put in here by somebody?
If you're going to do Wheeler Walker Jr., the very first one we did, and this is something that fans have learned about us.
Where'd you go?
If they recommend an artist to us and don't give us a specific song, I go to their channel and I just start scrolling to one grabs me. When somebody asked us for Wheeler Walker Jr., and I say in the beginning of the video, this is my fault. I'm scrolling through Wheeler Walker Jr. and Finger Up My Butt.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Look, I actually bought the autographed album.
Do that one first.
I have the autographed
little animated video.
Yeah, you got to do anything with butt or fuck in the title. You got to do it.
Listen,
man, Dishes and Anal, man, that's a great song too. For those of y'all that haven't heard that
one. Dude, I got this other one. He just dropped a new one called Finger Blast. I'm sure it's worth watching.
D, at least go watch our reaction for that song. I'm telling you, because Jocelyn even got in the spirit of that one, and it's fucking hilarious.
D, listen. D said we have to fire in the hole because in 1 minute it's 4:20 in somewhere.
Which D? Not Hot Wheels.
No, the other D. Listen, it's 1 minute away and it's 4:20 in like some coconut booby islands or something. Let me look. Where's the clock? Hey, dude, where'd my clock go? Oh shit.
And D, do you know what the best compliment we ever give on our channel is?
What?
When an artist is giving you something so good that you forget that you're reacting and you just get lost in it. And you finally stop the video and go, wait a minute, fuck. I forgot I was even.
Okay, listen. There's some. Honolulu. We're smoking for coconut boobies. Let's go. Listen, they wear them on there. You know that it's like I don't know, better or worse.
That's racial profiling, Kenny, and that's wrong.
Either way, it's better or worse. It's better or worse than a bra. So, you know, if they need freedom from that, we support freedom from the coconuts too, just like the bras.
You ever been to Hawaii?
No.
It's great. It's a great place to visit,
but not to live.
No, it's expensive as fuck. I was there in '92, and a pack of cigarettes in '92 was like $8. A gallon of milk there was like $12 in 1992, because everything in Hawaii is imported except for. Well, their drink machines, they don't even have Coke and Pepsi. Their drink machines are like juices, fresh juices.
Oh, really?
But, I mean, as far as like, just regular everyday items, shit's high as fuck because they have to import everything.
Dude, I had a business where I sold water dispensers, like the ceramic, the ceramic pot that you get the 5-gallon bottle of water and you flip it over on. I had a business where we shipped those all over the U.S., right? We were the largest distributor of them. People from Hawaii would call, and I'm like, okay, you understand this is a $25 product, and the shipping is $114 with customs, right? And they're like, yeah, and I'm like, what the?
Yeah,
they're okay paying that. Like, I don't know what are they all selling something under the table? Because either
One
that
of
or
the
their
funnest
jobs pay
places-
50 times more than ours.
One of the funnest places. We went to the island of Oahu. We played the 50th anniversary of Pearl Harbor, and that was an amazing show. I was with a big patriotic marching band kind of spiel, but we went to this place called the International Marketplace, and this was shit that was just it being Hawaii, being a port like it is. There's shit that would get left behind and all that kind of shit, and it would come to the International Marketplace. And the thing was, it was all about the barter. Let's say you're looking at a $2,000 computer. If you can talk that dude into giving it to you for 10, you'll get it for 10 because he didn't pay nothing for it.
Yeah.
Right.
So anything he makes, it's all about the barter. It's all about the barter.
Hey, we got shots headed your way or something, or she's gonna smack you in the head. Tell you love her.
Oh, I do love her. She knows it.
I know.
Listen, I
make sure she knows every day. That's my goal with her every day. I have to tell her at least once.
Dude, I have to tell my wife at least once a day now that I promise not to fight with you.
Okay, Daniel, can you remember the first question that I ever asked you?
Oh shit! Short-term memory is not my thing, D. I can remember. I can tell you what I had on the first time I went and saw Star Wars, but I can't tell you what I had for lunch today.
Right.
Hold on. Let me think about that for a minute.
I got a shot ready.
Did I answer it?
You laughed.
What was it?
You're high enough. All right.
Brother.
I'm taking a shot.
Wait, what?
Do you have a brother?
Oh, actually, this is a funny yet at the same time entirely not funny story, D. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters that I've never met. And among those brothers, the first one, the beauty of Facebook, I reached out to my half brother. Turned out he was gay. Didn't have a problem with that. Okay. He's like, "How do you feel about incest?" This is 3 sentences into our conversation. That was the end of the conversation.
How do you feel about getting slapped upside the head?
And the other 2 brothers went off the grid. Now I have talked to the sisters on occasion, but no, so my first. Let me show you something, D. This is Rommel did this too. Bless his heart. This is the most thoughtful thing I think anybody's ever got for me.
Dude, okay.
Blood doesn't make family. Both of our families recognize the bond that Drake and I have.
Correct.
He was,
but they're not the most toxic.
He was the best guitar player that nobody ever got to hear yet. And this is me. This is the last picture of me and him on stage, and Rommel had this blown up for me. He's no longer with us. He's no longer with us. But thank you. Thank you.
We were not the best musicians in the world. We were good, but we had an act and it worked. And we just kept it up. And we did we would have been together for probably fucking until we got old. Except for apparently you have to pay for damages you caused to hotel rooms.
Oh yeah.
And so we went on tour and thought we were getting paid when we got back, and then they have a big old meeting about how we owed them $42,000 for damages to fucking hotel rooms. And it was all the room that I was in everywhere we went, but it wasn't me, it was Alex.
It wasn't him.
Did we do our shot?
I'll take another. I just took one, but we can. If you missed, you missed. We're taking one now.
I missed.
All right, let's everybody take a shot, and then I want to get on to this Final Boss 3 so I could tell Josh, you a hoe for not being here to watch this live.
She's a hoe.
Josh is a hoe.
Thanks, guys.
He is. Man,
cheers for a fun night. All right.
Hey, D, there's another one I'm going to send you, a reaction we actually did for a performance by my brother. And the funny thing is, the first reaction we did, I fucked up the sound, and it's actually very good that happened because I fell to pieces. Absolutely fell to pieces.
Aww.
The second, we did it again because I had promised somebody that I was going to do it. And I kind of fell to pieces on that one, but that first one, it's actually a good thing that first one didn't turn out.
Cheers, Damon.
It was not for that one. Really, what people didn't need to see that one.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna warn everybody who's here before we get to this reaction. that if you're under 18, go away.
Oh,
Bye.
okay.
Hate it for you.
Because this is gonna be some
That's your damn luck.
Oh, Stacy will post it in the Discord.
Yes, Stacy. Yes.
We'll post
we're gonna get this woman rolling. Like me or Kenny or anything great to help somebody. She'll get her 1,000 subs and look back and be like, oh God, man, why did them? No.
Well, I owe you guys big time. Thank you so much.
No, you don't know it's nothing. We're just glad you're here. We're just glad you're here. It's just another member of the family.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
This is Final Boss 3.
Kenny, if you see me make this gesture, I need you to stop it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I got to figure out how to make this work better.
I might have something to say. I might not.
Oh, that might not work. Oh, yeah. Well, no. Is it an actual? Oh, it's an actual video. It's got to look like this then. Never mind. Oh, we got that.
That'll work.
Here we go. Perfect.
I like that.
Hey, which one did I click on so I
see.
could remember that next time?
Sounds like me now.
Okay.
I'll be watching everybody else's face too.
This is.
I
want to see other reactions. This is technically the drunk part of the LDA podcast at this point in time. We're gonna get loud in a minute, and so far we have yet to be assholes. So I'm gonna request each of you to try harder because we're not getting right tonight.
All right. Is being a calming influence. We're not as assholey.
Can you talk
except
to us,
Josh? And I want to make sure we
to us like a mom who's mad, just scold us or something because you just sound too nice.
You know what? I never scolded my boys. I didn't.
Dude, my grandma beat the living shit out of me.
No,
she had a voice. She had a voice that made me tremble.
No,
she had a voice that made me tremble.
I would tell my
boys, I got when I was a kid were an art form.
I would tell my boys, and this would kill them. They've told me we would much rather you have beat us up, but I would tell them I'm disappointed.
My grandma tried that shit on me. I took her car keys because she took mine, and I said, "Got your keys, bitch." Right? So,
look, what's funny is when I was a little kid, I was you ever seen that movie Problem Child? That child is a rank amateur compared to what I was like at that age.
Dude,
I was a mean little bastard.
Listen,
words it took ass whippings, and I got some bad ones. I mean, my daughters tell me, Dad, that was abuse. I'm like, no, it's not. I had it coming. You don't know what I did.
Yeah.
For everybody,
I had that shit coming.
Yeah.
For everybody between 19 to 21, you're gonna be blown away by this. This is my friend Gmo Ski.
Oh. Okay.
Here we go. Final Boss 3.
I hope you don't suck.
You fucking with the final boss. All hell the final boss. I'm dropping red shells, knocking niggas off. And you can tell just by how I come across. I'm on the hell and you finna take a loss. I done killed heroes on a couple occasions. Took a few princesses, I was stuffing they faces. Blood on my apron, niggas shouldn't come to my sanctum. Played the good guy with Mario, hugged him and shanked him. I transformed again.
Whoa, you hugged and shanked Mario?
No!
Bro, what the hell? What did Mario do to you?
Hold on. I want to know. I mean, that's obviously some animation around him, but if it was me, I would have had to actually dress in that, even if they're going to animate.
If you ever get a chance,
that would have been a few takes worth of not laughing.
If you ever wanna witness this, go to one of Gmo Ski's lives where he's dressing up like this because. And by the way, if you got any GameCubes, let me know. We just need to ship them to him. Okay, listen, does it work anymore?
Yeah.
Well, that's even better.
You caught him in a good place. He's got that look on his face like, motherfucker, I'm finna spit some shit. I'm finna spit some shit, you hear me?
Bro,
damn it.
He's ready to split a wig, I think.
Come to my sanctum, played the good guy with Mario, hugged him and shanked him. I transformed again, had another mutation. Now I'm Soulja Boy's console, nothing to play with, and I'm aiming, finna hit the enemy hard, right in his head and unplug his memory card. Bang! The rap game is Hyrule and I'm Ganon. You don't exist assist in this bitch. You niggas non-canon, dressed like Valdo, the Soul Caliber combating. But you can't fuck with G-Mo Ski, I'm God status. Who the fuck you supposed to be? Nigga, you can copy my style like Shang Tsung, you still ain't dope as me. Bring player 2, I'll give you both the beats. Now y'all looking like the donkey.
Player 2, what happened to player 1?
Right?
Dude, why are you killing people?
I know.
Listen, I thought this was a video game reference. Now you run around like mass murdering and shit, dude. Listen, G, we cool and all. If you need a place to hide after this video, come over.
But think about it. Even in Mario, what do? You commit mass murder. All them little Troopa things that you bounce on and kill.
No, but they're
oh, I thought they regenerated afterwards. I thought they regenerated, so it was like giving new life when I stepped on them.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Oh, damn.
Wrong game.
Gmo killing motherfuckers over here. Damn.
Bitch, you niggas non-canon, dressed like Valdo, the Soul Caliber combating. But you can't fuck with G-Mo Ski, I'm God status. Who the fuck you supposed to be? Nigga, you can copy my style like Shang Tsung, you still ain't dope as me. Bring player 2, I'll give you both the beats. Now y'all looking like the Donkey Kong Country Game Over screen. Nigga, I can regenerate like Wolverine. Blades coming out of my knuckles and they going shake. Looking for the princess, I know the hoe. And my fantasy, she was riding my cock like a chocobo.
Bro, what the?
She was riding my what?
Yeah, apparently he was playing this game and spanking the monkey.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, bro, I don't judge. It's all good.
Yeah, I don't judge.
Looking for the princess, I know the hoe. And my fantasy, she was riding my cock like a chocobo. Now that bitch chained up on the floor. She gon' finish polishing this sword, then that hoe can go. When me and your girl done, I'm coming to World 1, hunting for your ass with a Gears of War gun.
Oh, bro, he has one of those. He has that final boss gun.
I'm dropping red shells, knocking niggas off. And you can tell just by how I come across. I'm honorary as hell, and you finna take a loss now. All hell, the final boss. I'm dropping red shells, knocking niggas off. And you can tell just by how I come across. I'm honorary as hell, and you finna take a loss now. I'm coming at you, rap boy strap. You gon' think I...
What part of Mario had an AK-47?
Listen, he actually owns that thing. It's in his house. I seen it.
You seen it?
Yeah. If you didn't hear 3Ds, you're not high enough. We're in 3D.
I wasn't aware that we hear in 3D, but that's okay.
Yeah, me either.
Dude, that's called a bad speaker.
He's got some good alcohol, apparently.
What? We need
Kenny
more
hoarding all the
alcohol
good shit over there, man.
She just said
I
we
need to be
need
where
more
Kenny's at.
alcohol.
I said, apparently you have really good stuff. You're hearing in 3D.
Oh, this shit's empty. Okay, fuck that.
I'm
Now
seeing
you get the crown
sounds.
out. Okay. Now we
Welcome,
got the
hey,
crown.
Kenny.
Lord.
This is the shit that made me show my whatever. If you don't know, you don't know, and if you know, you know.
That's a whole discussion in Discord.
Okay, here we go. Back to Gmo.
What, Kenny's ball?
Well,
Dude,
Sorry,
Gmo had cool dreads and cut him off. I feel depressed, like he's like lost power because that dude in the Bible that they cut his hair and shit. Yeah, like that dude. Hey, Samson's got a new video, dude. I don't know.
That's next up.
Okay.
Have you done the first one?
The cannon off Blastoise
I gotta.
back. When it clap, it'll send you where the asteroids at. You need to play a Pona song where your damn horse at. Get up out of here before you get your back all cracked. I'll put the hammer of dawn to your grandma's hat. Nigga, I'ma keep it real with y'all. This is not Fortnite, and I ain't trying to build with y'all. I just want to kill them all.
Bro, dude, he went from Fortnite to boxing. What the hell?
I'ma keep it real with y'all. This is not Fortnite, and I ain't trying to build with y'all. I just want to kill them all. King Hippo, I'm heavy in the game. Then mix them with Kratos, I'm deadly with a chain.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
what in the video gaming hell is going on here?
okay, I will say
Why you
that
run directly into treachery?
Yeah, go ahead.
you will not see reaction videos like this on my channel.
Okay, so this is the first time and only time for you, and that's good. I'll tell Gmo and I'll give him your address.
Then mix them with Kratos, I'm deadly with a chain. Why you run directly into treachery and pain? You niggas must have snorted a whole legacy of Cain.
I grew it.
Finna get y'all asses whipped, watchdog. I'ma start hacking shit in the middle of traffic, cause an accident and laugh at it. After I
listen, I have actually tried that shit because I heard apparently that there was like a flashing thing that the fire department did with the thing to make the lights all turn green, and it didn't work. But I was willing to do it just to fuck people up in an intersection. So
Wait, was that GTA?
No, that was down the street.
No, I know that. The video game, was that GTA?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, he in GTA right here.
Good catch.
Listen, we can go
it's either
back
that
to
or Need for Speed, one or the other.
Finna get y'all asses whipped, watchdog. I'ma start hacking shit in the middle of traffic, cause an accident and laugh at it. After I listen to you rap and spit, I'll ask, would you kindly kill yourself like Atlas did?
Oh my God. After I heard you rap, I asked you if you would kindly kill yourself like Atlas did. Damn, G.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't ask people to do that part. Like, I get like fisting themselves and everything, but that's like you can't return from that shit. Yeah, you can't return from that. Like, I agree with telling them to shove their fist up their butt. But like, this part, I'm having a hard time.
Their whole fist.
Water with the fishes where rapture is. You know the drill, the big daddy here to snatch your bitch. You need to go find a health machine before you die like low tier God self-esteem. I'm only one call away to come help the team. I told my niggas if they finna take a Elden Ring, I'm shooting bullet bills, you gon' catch a shell with wings. Now so long, Gabe Bowser, all hell the king. I'm the final boss. All hell the final boss. I'm dropping red shells, knocking niggas off. And you can tell just by how I come across. I'm honorary as hell, and you finna take a loss. All hell the final boss. I'm dropping red shells, knocking niggas off.
I like the anime
you can tell just by how I come across. I'm honorary as hell, and you finna take a loss.
I know why Josh recommended this video. It's for this part right here.
This is Josh's fault?
Yeah, Josh
I
recommended
say again,
this
fuck you, Josh.
Because Gmo Ski told him to come here, bitch. And Josh had to obey. So at this point in time, it's Josh's fault.
Red shells knocking niggas off. And you can tell just by how I come across. I'm honorary as hell, and you finna take a loss.
There we go. Yeah.
That was the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I will say one thing about that video.
Huh.
Thank you, Gmo Ski, for referencing so much Super Mario Brothers, because that brought back a lot of good memories.
Hell yeah. He in his videos, he'll smash people over the head with a Nintendo Cube. So he has the greatest thing about Gmo Ski was that I got to meet him in person. We hung out for a while. He brought me CDs and I listened to him, and there was that one song where he said he had 2 blunts rolled up, but his daughter was with him. So he just started spitting bars. And I'm like, wow, he actually does, like, he's a real father, right? Not just a rap star, so he's done songs with Tech Nine and Hobson. Yeah.
Well,
I like for me, I like the video game references. I've been a video game kid, so I like that. Yeah. Is he going to be in my everyday playlist? Probably not. But I enjoyed that. It was fun, and that's something that I mean.
He has a lot of videos that reference video games.
Yeah.
Which is cool, I get it. But he reminds me of old school Eminem. Like, he'll say whatever. He don't give a shit.
I have to say, that is what I enjoy about I call them the independent artists, which, include
Right.
Tom McDonald and all them. And I just love it that they say what they want to say and they have their fingers to the music industry.
Yep.
I-
And there's also ones out there who are independent that have a real message, for people besides the industry.
Yeah.
Right.
Tom McDonald's one of them, but he'll
Right,
flip off the industry.
Yeah.
We're not, rap is actually not our thing in this house, and it's nothing against rap. It's just not our particular bag. And it's funny that we started with Tom, and probably 90% of the reactions on our channel have been rap.
Yeah.
And it's so not our thing. Kenny, I didn't hate that. I would listen to more just to see. Because I again, being a musician, even when something's not my bag, I understand the musicality that went into it, and I still have, unless it just sucks. Which, by the way, you want to see something really funny, D? We have a folder called Epic Band Fails, and it's me going off on shitty bands. You should check that out.
Yeah, and we're gonna.
We need to do one of those here, Kenny.
Oh,
me and
yeah.
you both are musicians. We need to do that here. We need to do an epic band fail here.
Hell
See,
yeah.
and I am so not a musician. I can't even read music. So when, if you come to my channel and you're looking for me to comment on harmonies and this instrument and that instrument, that is not
No.
going to happen.
Right,
So
and
that's not your
that's
thing.
great because all reaction
nothing wrong with
channels
that.
are different.
Because
Right.
I am not musically inclined at all.
Yeah.
I bet you are.
No.
I think it's inherently natural for all people, even tone deaf people. They just don't understand how to utilize it. I think everybody, being a musician, I think music's in everybody's soul. You don't realize it, but like if you're watching a TV show, you're watching a TV show, and you don't realize how much the little background noise does for
listen,
you.
Why
Listen
the
to a
hell
show
is
with no
Ari,
music and see what happens.
Why
Your
is
ears start
Ari in
fucking-
our live right now?
Ari,
Aren't you supposed to be like dead or something, or like
damn, Kenny,
near
fuck.
death or something? Like you had like 47 things.
Heard that differently.
Ari, listen. Okay, Ari, did they rule out gynosyphilophagus with the pox and virus thing?
Or herpetogonosyphilis?
Yeah, that thing, the one that goes with the
You're
tractor.
admitted. Well, maybe they can.
You're
help you.
admitted. Okay, listen. Okay, Ari,
I hate
breathe.
hospitals, but they can help you.
Breathe.
You needed to be, from what I understand, Ari. That's probably where you need to be, girl.
Yes, it is.
Damn, I got told to shut up.
See, this is that
again.
family shit kicking in. All the fucking
Yep.
parental units, fucking.
Yes, Ari, just take a break and know that we're thinking about you.
Yep. But if you're a member of Discord, join. If not, let me post a link in here.
And I tell everybody on my channel, Wednesdays and Saturday nights, that's the time to go to Swolemates. And because it is a blast. It is a blast.
We just us.
Okay, there's the link.
That is crazy, Ari.
They think
you
that
ever-
chicken pox is in your lungs.
Yeah, that's what she
God
said.
damn, listen.
That is
I thought-
crazy.
I thought with the new chicken pox, you could get feathers. Do you have feathers in your lungs?
Oh.
I'm
But
gonna
if she
get told
had
to shut
chickenpox-
up again.
But if she had chickenpox when she was younger, it would now be shingles.
Right.
Dude, I got the vaccine for that.
Right,
crap.
actually.
I got the vaccine for that crap, and I followed up with it because I saw my neighbor across the street get it. That shit was brutal.
Yeah, it is. Shingles
Like
is bad.
it went
Fuck.
up his neck and into his ears. It was awful.
Our old rhythm player, who's actually a few years younger than me, out of the blue got it. So that it's not just older people have to worry about that. And
Yeah.
that shit, that dude is I still call him the new guy. D, you'll have to hear stories about Ethan. My mother loves him. But his first gig with us, his brother was a Memphis guitar legend already. He joins us, and he's never been to a bar. He's never. Oh my God, we fucked him up so bad. I'll put it this way: the first morning after waking up from his first gig with us, he woke up naked with nothing in a hotel room. No keys to his Jeep, no clothes, no guitars, no nothing. All he had was a note on his pillow that said, "Thank you for making an old woman feel like a no. Thank you for making an old man feel like a young lady again. Love, Paul/Paulina." Now let me tell you something. We played in that same hotel again the next night. I'm sitting there at lunch, and Ethan was such for his brother to be a Memphis guitar legend. Somehow Ethan was very sheltered. He did not like that was his first night in the bar, and we ruined him. I was sitting there at lunch the next day watching Ethan eat his lunch and come to the grips with the fact that he had sex with a man. Right. And I'm like, yo, this is no. Bro. But he didn't know that. He thought he did. That's all he found the next morning was that note, right?
Okay,
so
right.
He's like, he's fucking, he's eating. Yeah. You can just watch. I mean, you can see it in his eyes. I was like, dude, y'all, this is actually almost not funny anymore. That motherfucker is really coming to grips with some serious shit in his brain right now. And funny enough, we let the next night we're kicking off. We actually opened our show with a Doors song, a very hard rock version of a Doors song. And Drake's playing the guitar intro, and I'm laying down the bass beat. And Ryan said, "You know what, guys?" You know, and he proceeds to tell the story. He's like, "We got to let our guitar player off." You know what? Ethan was just so happy that he didn't do it, that he did not get mad at us at all.
Well, yeah.
He was just, when he realized he had not done what he thought he had done, he was like, oh. It was like, hallelujah.
That was devastating.
He's a great guitar player, though, man. Hey, matter of fact, two of the guys I used to play with have a band called Midnight for the Masses. Look up their cover of Bonnie Raitt. You will not be disappointed.
Okay, wait, hold on now.
It's guys I used to play with.
Midnight for the Masses.
Yep. That's Chris Beavers, and Ethan Scheck-Snyder is the rhythm guitar player and the drummer. And the funny thing about Chris, his youngest sister was pretty, and she got in a lot of trouble with boys. And the running joke on Beaver Mountain, because their last name was Beaver. Chris is
hold on.
Chris is a Memphis Grammy winner.
Back up.
Their last name was Beaver, and they named themselves Beaver Mountain.
Beaver Mountain?
They found this house. It was crazy. Danny, the father, is a state trooper and also a drummer. But
bro, their dad's a state trooper.
They found this big house outside of Batesville, Mississippi, and it's a massive house on this gigantic hill.
So they got,
because it was in foreclosure or some bullshit like that, they got this house for like $60,000, right? And we just jokingly called it Beaver Mountain because at the time, Drake, but this is not who he married later in life, but at the time he's dating the sister, Kim, who is a professional wrestler. Which is how Drake and I got into professional wrestling. And yes, I have done professional wrestling. And yes, that shit is a lot more real than you think. With that being said,
can you hold on 1 second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you say he dated his sister?
My Drake dated Chris's sister, not Chris dated his sister.
I got it now. Okay.
And yeah, it was funny the night she talked him into hitting her in the face with a stop sign. It was great. And she was the tough one. Candy, the youngest, was, and if they see this, they're going to burn me and come after my family for this. But she was the little young upstart. Well, Chris was the rock star. And the running joke of the family was there was a rock star, a wrestling star, and a porn star. That was the running joke. But anyway, during that.
Wait. I'm going to stop you there for a minute. So if I had to choose between a rock star, a wrestling star, and a porn star.
Her ring name was Missy Delight, and Kim was tough.
Okay, I'm going with
Drake was 6'6" and was terrified of her.
I'm going with porn star for 8 months max, and then make as much.
Candy got her life. Candy got. I shouldn't mention her name, man. They're gonna kill me for this.
Oh, Candy got her life right. Candy, look, that's
and everything. But look, there was this one night where Chris had the upstairs apartment over the garage, and if we were playing locally, we'd come in from the gig and hit that garage and party till the next gig. you know. And we come up there one night, and Candy's up, right? And she just looks guilty. She just looks guilty. And we're like, what is going on? We go up to the upstairs apartment, and we're walking through, and we all feel it about the same time. And Chris looks over, and this is his room, right? He looks over the closet door, goes over there and opens the closet door, and it's about a 14-year-old boy. Now, Danny is a state trooper and sleeping downstairs and gets up all the time. And I don't know how to say this delicately, but
say it.
it was a black boy, and Danny's not okay with that. Let's just say that. The rest of the family don't have that issue, but Danny, and it wasn't that he would normally have that issue. It was just his little girl. And we told her, do you know what's going to happen? If your father comes in there and finds your ankles behind your ears, do you know what's going to happen? Yeah. He's going to shoot that kid for raping you. He's going to kill him right there on the spot for raping you. That's how he's going to get away with it, regardless of what goes down between you and him. That's how he, as a cop, is going to get away with it. He just killed the dude raping his daughter.
Dude,
First off. Oh, dude, when we found that boy in the closet, we looked at him and said, kid, we're not going to judge you. We've all been there, but it is time for you to go. Oh. If her father wakes up and sees you in this house, you're a dead kid.
Yeah.
Go right now. Get out. Get out. And you know what? He did.
Yeah.
And Candy's like, why'd you make him leave? And we're trying to tell her. And she's like, I won't get caught. And I looked at her right there and I said, look, me and this motherfucker right here, Drake, we two are the sneakiest motherfuckers that's ever been. You have no idea what we've gotten away with.
Right.
But even we have gotten caught. Candy, your father is a law enforcement.
Yeah.
You think he's not going to eventually catch on to somebody getting into his house in the middle of the night? Girl.
Dude, I'm not a law enforcement officer, but I understand. You come into my house in the middle of the night, bang, bang.
Right. And Kenny's not going to ask questions. Danny's not going to ask questions. He comes in, I'm telling you, he comes in there and finds that boy in your room, he's going to gun him down. And that's going to be the end of it.
Yeah. I actually
as a father, I can't say that I wouldn't. And it doesn't matter where they are.
That brings back a memory because when my first wife and I had our twins, like she was against the idea of having a gun. And I said, let me ask you this. Middle of the night, some guy is opening the window to the girl's room, right? And we don't notice it right away, but we heard something, so we kind of woke up, but we're half asleep. And you wake up and you hear more noise, right? And you hear him in the girl's bedroom. All right, you walk in, turn on the light, and he's there. And he's got a knife, and he's about to swing it down at one of them. What are you going to do? And she says, I couldn't. And I said, I couldn't live with myself if I didn't.
Yeah.
Right. That dude is a wet spot. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
First off, I don't think you could, just because of our setup with dogs and critters and the way our house is, I don't think you could get to my daughter's room before I got you. However, and we talked about this, and funny enough, this is one you should do, D. New Breed and Jesse Howard, welcome to my house.
Oh, absolutely.
That was one of the first videos we ever did.
By the way,
getting comments on it.
If you want to know how New Real Breed is, he lives in Tennessee, and he drove out to California to do an interview with me.
Wow.
Jesse,
right. Him and Jesse Howard.
Very patriotic, and they say things that are sometimes uncomfortable for the masses.
And I saw in his videos, and Daniel will understand the reference, all of his guitars were Epiphone. And I had an actual Gibson SG, not an Epiphone SG that I wasn't using, and I gave it to him that night. To me, they drove to LA first. All right. While they were out there, they found this cool spot, decided to shoot a video, whatever. They came up here, took forever. They got up here in the middle of the night. We talked for a while. They are real, like real dudes, family men.
That song, Welcome to My House, is what happens if you try to get into a Southern man's house and mess with his family. Yeah. And it's not pulling no punches. He lets you know what the hell. And you know, when Jocelyn and I, this was early, So we were trying not to be, you know, we know the landscape. We were trying not to offend people, but we were being like, look, I was like, I'm sorry. Somebody made that comment. If you shoot someone that comes into your house, you're choosing your material possessions over their life. And I'm like, first off, they made that decision. I've got daughters back there. I don't have time to ask them, are you here to take something or do you actually mean my family harm?
Yeah.
Nope. I don't have time to have that conversation with you. I have daughters. You in my house in the middle of the night. I was like, I'm sorry if this offends anybody, but that's just how he is down here.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you come in my house, you die. And you better hope I get to my gun before my knife. My knife is a much more up close and personal kind of violence.
Yeah. Bro, my new one.
You don't come in my house. I got daughters.
Yeah.
You're not coming in my, I don't,
Dude,
if you're just there to steal shit, that doesn't matter. That was a risk you took when you entered my home in the middle of the night.
Dude,
but that's what that song's about.
Listen, when I was out committing crime, doing my thing, which I did, and I admit it, right? Like I went to jail for it. There's no hiding it. I did my shit. If I was opening somebody's window in the middle of the night, I knew I was risking getting shot. That's why I typically didn't do it. Okay. And that's just a fact. Like I'll steal your rims off your car in the driveway, but I'm not trying to go in the house. Right. Because I'm gonna get blasted, right? And to me, that just makes common sense. Like you chose to enter my house knowing that there's a risk. I mean, god damn, dude, I got signs on my fence that say, if you want to know the fastest way to get to heaven, if you want to know the fastest way to get to heaven, it's break in my house.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you know, we don't play. I had shit happen to me when I was a kid. I don't play. My life is worth more than yours at the end of the day. I'm not trying to do anything to you, but if you try and do something to me or my family, my life is worth more than yours. End the story. And that's not selfish. That's being a father and a husband who wants to protect his entire family. Like at the end of the day, you try and break in and mess with any of them, it's on like Donkey Kong. You chose that. You walked into my door.
Yep.
So
that choice was already made. What happens to you after is of your own doing. That door is there for protection.
You guys were talking about like older videos that you're still getting comments on. I will say one of the first videos that I reacted to was Hardy, Wait in the Truck featuring Lainey Wilson.
That's an amazing video.
And
Rommel has been on me to do that one.
Well, then you better not go watch mine. I was going to say go watch mine, but I basically
Rommel knows that one's going to have a personal touch for me.
I will say I ugly cried. That was the first thing. The second thing is that it was very personal for me. So if you know the premise of the video, you will understand that. But it was very
warned me because of my relationship with Drake that it was going to hit me hard. That's why I've kind of steered clear of it because I know it's going to hit me hard.
I'm still getting comments from women that are like, "Hey, thanks for telling your story," and you know, it makes me feel good because I don't ever want anybody to feel that's in that situation to ever feel like they're alone.
That's what hits me with music is when the music hits home.
Yeah.
You know, when I react to something that I can absolutely relate to, I cannot relate to growing up in Cheatham County. I cannot relate to your creek. I cannot relate to your Pond Creek Road. I cannot relate to your Pond Creek Road. But what I can relate to is when you said, you know, at a Sonic drive-in trying to buy that girl one more blue drink, right? Oh. We were at our place, right? But it was all the same thing, you know, and that's what I love about the new music that we've discovered thanks to YouTube. Because let's be real, if it wasn't for YouTube, we wouldn't know half this crap. Right? You know?
Because these artists would have never seen the light of day with record labels.
Exactly.
And most of them are not only, I say this all the time on our channel, substance, man. You know, there's a lot of guys out there that can rap in the rap game, rap really, 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 really fast. A lot of words don't mean much if you ain't got nothing to say. And there's guys like Tom and Samson and Akal and fucking Mises and stuff. Well, now Mises can get pretty fucking ignorant when he chooses to. But There, you mean if there's no substance behind it, then it's just a bunch of words that you can, And funny enough, the one thing I like about Tom that I've noticed, when rappers sit down and start doing speed rap, as well as I do, Kenny, especially even if you've ever sang, there are certain phrases that just fall out of the mouth easier than others.
Yeah.
You write your raps in speed rap that's easy. Tom's at the end of the Jay Lethal video. Is that the fastest rap I've ever heard? No, it's not. But a lot of the phrases off the lips are very awkward and don't flow together well. And he fucking still
That's one of
spits that shit.
that's one of the things that I love. That's why I react to some of the people I do. I mean, I don't react to all the same stuff as you guys, but I react to a lot of it. Upchurch, Tom McDonald, a lot of these independent artists. Even
Church,
Jelly,
man.
even Jelly Roll. I don't know whether he's
Love,
signed or not.
I have
now.
a hard time doing Jelly because me and Jelly
Too.
shoot some of the same dirt, and every time it's like Jelly singing right to me.
I'll tell you
Every
what.
time.
I'll tell you
And
what.
it's hard.
If
hard.
you're not in our Discord, you won't understand this. But if you are, cool, you can join and find out later. There's a connection between me and somebody on the other side of the country, right? And that is I went all the way to North Carolina to see Jelly Roll, and he came all the way out here to see Tech Nine and Ritz and King ISO and a whole bunch
JP?
of other acts. And that is the beauty of what we built, what you, Daniel, and your community have built.
Yeah.
Is like we actually meet each other.
Mm-hmm.
We're not just some personality on the internet. Even if I didn't get to make it, like y'all have known that I'm real in one way, wink, wink, or another, wink, wink, wink. All right. So I'm just saying, like that's the beauty of what we do. But to me, I had given up on new music, and here's what happened, and you guys might relate to this because it's funny as shit. I got a 4Runner, right? And I went through a car wash and ripped the fucking antenna off, and Toyota wanted to charge me $250, and I'm like, suck a dick, right? There's no new music that's worth listening to. So I just listened to my iPod, right? And then I got recommended to listen to something and to do this thing called a reaction channel. So in order to understand what a reaction channel was, I looked at reactions, and the only person I had at the time was No Life Shack.
Okay. That's exactly the same. That was the first place because he was the name that got mentioned to us first. And I watched a lot of No Life Shack funny enough early on.
I watched
and then I stopped watching others' reactions because I was like, once I got an idea of what I was supposed to be doing, then it was like, okay, I understand what I'm here to do now. I'm going to do it my way. And I stopped completely watching other reactions for the most part.
One of the things
now, people part of this community I will support, but outside that,
one of the things we do as reactors, though, is to go look at when you open YouTube Studio or when you open YouTube, it's to look at reaction videos, see what people are reacting to. And a lot of the time in the last 4.5 years, I found stuff that people were reacting to that I didn't know about and nobody recommended. And
we never did. We never did. We went from when we did our first time, people hit us for reactions, and we got a few deep into time. Somebody said, "Hey, have you ever heard of Upchurch?" And we went to Upchurch and then found Acal, Amesis, and Nightwish. And we've actually never done that. We have never looked to see what other people are looking at. We have gone by the requests of people in our community.
That's right.
Except for a few. Now, every once in a while, I know some shit, and I'm like, "Hey, I want y'all to hear this because, and when we started doing Leo Maraccioli, that's my guilty pleasure. I love me some fucking Leo Maraccioli, and I'm gonna get you turned on to Leo Maraccioli, I promise. But we're always gonna do Leo there, whether he gets 10 views or 1,000. We gonna do Leo. But other than a few that I felt like, well, hey, I think some of these people that actually watch us, especially ones we've gotten to know, might enjoy this tune. Other than that, we have gone literally the whole way by request.
Now, I will say what I do. This is what I do. I will take somebody's suggestion and then I will react to it, edit it, get it posted, and then I will go in and watch reactors and see if I said kind of similar to what they said, or if I was
Right.
just way off. And I've got like 8 go-to people, and you guys are one, and then like No Life Shack is another one, and there's a few others that I follow that those are my go-to that I will look at to see, did they
Right.
react to this video and what did they say? And yeah.
Hey, I still check out Shaq on occasion. There's a few that every once in a while,
Dude,
I'll check out.
when I see him reacting to something that I know I'm interested in, but I'm not going to react to because there's certain videos that get blocked, that get, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you're not one of those high up reactors, you don't get the clearance from the artist. So, you risk getting blocked or copyright struck.
Right.
So I watched their
Hey, I was having
reaction to
time.
it.
We get we've had most of the artists we got now, we don't even especially in the rap genre, funny enough, from Tom to Church, we stopped getting copyright, restrictions. They dug us enough to be cool about it. But the funny thing is, you talk about Shaq, even today, I don't watch many reaction videos these days. I'll try to catch some of Kenny's, and a lot of it's time. And I've been trying to catch D's, and I've been trying to catch Revan's. But if anybody is going to make me search out one of those reactors, it's usually Tom. If Tom blows me up on one, I almost I go to Shaq. I want to see what Shaq said about this, and he will be cracking up at some of the same shit that cracked me up. I do check Shaq a lot. I won't say a lot, but if anybody is going to make me go see what Shaq had to say about it, it's usually Tom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've been requested to end this apparently.
Oh.
So we will join in Discord.
Okay.
Wah, 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 wah. All right, y'all. Have a good night.
Hey, Shannon. Fuck you. Right along with Josh.
Oh.
No lube, all fist. Fuck you, Shannon.
Okay. Have a nice night.
He knows I love him.
There we go, y'all. Have a great night.
Bye, guys. Thank you.